this January, you've got a little bit of strategy, a little bit of walking away, some blazing a trail, a little bit of burden, oh, I've been a bit naughty, the Tower, and, oh, some abundance. Let's see which cards you have. Your first card out is the Seven of Swords. Well, you've got to work out what you want to do. Now, he's carrying his bag of swords, and he's got 2 swords on the floor, which are some ideas that he's discarded, and then he's got the other 5 swords in his bag, which is basically showing that he's worked out what he wants to do. What is it that you're going to do? Because in the background, we've got the winner's tents, and it's like, have you got an idea that is going to be successful? Have you worked out finally, Leo, exactly what you want to do? I know I've been taking you on this journey of late in my last few weeklies and monthly readings of making that transition, and we've already had the 2025 readings, and if you haven't seen them, find them. And, you know, you're getting there, Leo, because it's been a path where it's been for quite a while, where you've had to wrestle with your mind, working out what you want to do, how you want to do it, why you want to do it, what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. And you've thought and you've thought and you've thought again. But this card, the Seven of Swords, is saying you've finally got your act together. You're coming up with a strategy. You know exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it. And in the background, we have a man holding a sword, and there's another idea that maybe you haven't entertained. What is that about, Leo? Because maybe that one last thing, that one thing that looks like it could be slightly outrageous, or it could be that, you know, you're pushing the envelope a little bit too far, maybe understanding that thought process and understanding that actually maybe something that's completely off spec might be just the right journey for you. Who knows, Leo? It's just a question of time of understanding exactly what is your strategy, exactly what do you want to entertain, exactly which direction do you want to go in. Your next card out is the Eight of Cups. And your Eight of Cups is saying, look, you've tried and you've tried, and you've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried again. Maybe I said 8 tries. Anyway, you've tried. You've tried every single different angle, and you've had no option other than to move on. You've deluded yourself because we've got the moonlight here, and in the moonlight, everything looks great, and you've tried to tell yourself over a period of, maybe a long period of time, that everything has been great, that everything is good. It's exactly how it should be. But actually, in reality, is it? Has it been? Well, you've tolerated situations, but ultimately they aren't what's right for you, and you've had to navigate some stormy waters, and it's not been an easy time. So let's look at it this way. You've learnt plenty of lessons. Now, Leo, you can only keep learning, and we have to keep learning until we've understood the lesson. And what is it that you need to understand from your lesson of the last couple of years, I would say, and particularly in the last 4 or 5 months of this year? What are the lessons that you understand, that you know, that you needed to have learnt? Is it that you don't need to carry on accepting a situation in the same way? Or is it that you need to learn to do something differently? What is your lesson? Because here on this card, traditionally a card of abandon. And to abandon something means you've got to give up on something. And that, you know, really, we don't like giving up on things, do we? We like to keep trying. We like to keep doing, even though we know we shouldn't keep doing it. But actually, that's why you've got to walk away. You've got to give up on something. You've got to do this for your own benefit, for your own good, because you've been doing something in a way that you shouldn't have been doing it. for all this time? And have you got off one horse that was bucking all over the place, and have you got on another horse that's still bucking all over the place, and you're going, I want an easy horse to ride. I want one that's just going to trot along through the fields quite calmly and nice and easily, instead of having something that's temperamental happening in my life. So you've got to work out now which parts of your life you need to walk away from, exactly what strategy you're going to utilize. And is there a concept that is pushing maybe your envelope just a little bit too far, but actually maybe that's the right idea, that you push your boundary for yourself. You get into a new boat and you sail off onto a different horizon, because you don't need to stay doing what you've been doing all your time. Your next card in here is your Ace of Wands. So your story suddenly takes a massive leap into the unknown, because your Ace of Wands is all about blazing that trail. Blaze the trail, Leo. Go for it. Move on. Move forwards. You've got a great idea. Get your strategy. Know how you're going to make it all work. You're going to put it into place. But anyway, pick up the pieces. Blaze that trail. You may have started something, but maybe you need to have a bit of a rethink on the strategy. Maybe you need to work out exactly what is the right trail for you to go down, and start going down that trail. Allow it to happen. Enable it to happen, okay? And, you know, this has got all the makings of success about it. But you're being given an opportunity here. You've got the hand coming out of the clouds at you. An opportunity is coming towards you. Be the smart monkey. Take it. Run like crazy with it, going, it's mine. This is what I want to do. You've got to push yourself. You've really got to go for it. It's going to happen. You will be successful at it. However, on your 10 of Wands, we've gone 10 steps forwards and, well, 1 step forwards, 10 step backs. On your 10 of Wands, it says, but be careful not to take on too much. Don't overburden yourself, because when you overburden yourself, you make life hard for you. So what do I mean out of this card? I mean that whatever you're doing on this blazing a trail, this new idea, this new concept, this new journey you're going on, keep it simple. Okay, keep it super simple. Don't overburden yourself. Don't overcomplicate everything. Don't make your life too difficult for yourself, because you've got to know that you can do everything to the best level that you're going to do. Strategy, because you can't allow whatever the difficulty was. I'm being polite actually, because the word I want to use is abuse for some reason. You can't allow a difficulty or a situation to abuse you anymore, because that's what's happened in your life along the way. Or let's just stick with the difficulty. But wherever the difficulties, whatever's coming to mind from the past, you cannot juggle every single thing. Focus on one thing and be good at that one thing, and go in the direction you need to go in, because this is about getting your balance right. Now, this is a Wands card, and we had the Ace of Wands previous to this. So we've in essence got 11 Wands, 11 new ideas, 11 concepts. But I want you to strap all those 11 Wands together and come up with one stunning idea, one stunning creative project, one easy thing for you to achieve. Because if we do 11 ideas in one go, we've got 11 fingers in a pie. Well, we've only got 10 on a hand, but you get my drift. Got 11 fingers in a pie, and, you know, you're not going to bring back so much. But if you just concentrate on one good, really, really good concept, one really good idea, one really good direction, one really good move, you have more likelihood of being successful, because you're not focusing on all the other fingers in the pie. So don't try and juggle Don't try and overburden yourself, because that's exactly what this card is saying, because he's having to crawl through the thicket here. He's getting caught up in the brambles, and he's got to learn to navigate his path in a better and easier way. So the world's your oyster at the moment. You can make this work, because if you do, I've been horrible and pulled the tower for you. Now, look. Let's look at the reality of everything. If you overburden yourself, the tower's going to fall apart. If you make life easier for yourself, then you can be a tower of strength, because on every card there's a plus and a minus. Now, which is it that you want? Because if you continue to always do what you always did, you'll always get the same result. So don't allow life to be difficult. Do something different. So here the card is saying, be the tower of strength. And yes, there are going to be obstacles along the way. No new path goes smoothly, because we're starting off on a new path, so we have to learn a new lesson. But we can circumnavigate a lot of those lessons by making sure we bring the right lessons forwards with us on our new path, and making sure we don't bring the old patterns, the old ideas, the old ways of doing things, so they don't abuse us anymore. So we've got all those concepts in place, and you can become the tower of strength. But the other thing is, when you decide to go and do something different, other people might have a bit of an annoyance about it. They might be a bit grumpy about it, and they will fall apart. Not necessarily the tower, but everything around the tower will fall apart. Let them. Just let them. If they don't agree with what you're doing and how you're doing it, just let them get on with it. So Leo, here, this tower is telling you what you need to be doing and how you need to be doing it. And in essence, it's another fire, because we've got a fire lit at the bottom of the picture. So ultimately, an awful lot of fire, an awful lot of passion happening in your reading this week, which is the Empress. And look, you just cannot go wrong here. Your Empress card is telling you you can be wonderfully abundant. This is the card of birth. You see a pregnant woman in this picture. We have swans, they mate for life. We have the whales, they swim together in their pods. So that's all about family, enjoying creation. Wherever this card falls for you this month, Leo. New ideas, new concepts, push your boundaries. If other people get upset, that's their problem. And allow yourself to move forwards in the way that you need to. This is a wonderful card. You have two major arcanas. The next couple of weeks are going to be very interesting for you. A lot happening for you. And within the next 2 months, so January and then by the end of February, I'd love to see what February's reading is going to say for you. But by the end of February, everything that you're planning at the moment will be in place. If you're liking my content, Leo, please like and subscribe to my channel. Please leave me a comment. I love writing back to you all. And if you haven't caught my 2025 videos for the whole of the year for you, Leo, then find them on my YouTube channel and on my TikTok page. And I will see you in the next videos. Enjoy January. It's going to be great.